Vision. Oh, my battery is low. That's not what I need. Um, Welcome back to round 4 of the championship. We are in Mexico City for round 4, as I just said. But I'm again joined by someone on the co-coms, but this time it's not inorganic. It's Mr. Jones.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here, Luke. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. It's nice to finally actually be here for a championship race and hoping to see some interesting stuff happen. I know the Mercedes have been going well. Hoping we'll see some different cars up there. Obviously, tonight I'm supporting Aston Martin.
Which are on there?
Which exactly we're keeping up the consistency this season in a championship by scoring 0 points across every round.
Yeah, there's no Aston Martin drivers in the championship. No Williams drivers, no Alpine drivers, so. But we do
Hopefully we'll
have
have
two
some soon.
Ferraris, so that's we lost out to Mercedes again in the all tier.
Yeah, and I was actually speaking to Colin about this earlier. I've been really impressed with Stebo so far this season when I've tuned in. I think is it pronounced Stebo?
Yeah, Stebo, I call him Stebo.
Yeah, and he's been really good. So I think, he's on the medium tyres now, so he's confident today. But I think he's my pick to have a good race, certainly behind the Mercs.
Yeah, he needs to have a bit more luck because from what I know, he is getting close to good results, but just misses out on that a bit of luck, which I don't have most of the time. So maybe it's a Ferrari thing, but
yeah, it'll come though, Luke. It'll come. I know. Obviously, I've got a big shout out to my usual co-coms, Kieran. I'm not going to be biased at all, but I'd love to see him win tonight.
to be fair, I mean he's also our colleague, you could say, in the comps. So
yeah, a new commentator, not as rich as all the other commentators got salaries, but
yeah. But that's the perk you have when you start. Yeah, you have to work your way up, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, prove yourself.
I will quickly pick up my charger because my controller is dying anytime soon. So you can do the talking while I'm getting my controller from Quinn. So.
Yeah, and I think you're just on board with Rusty Oil Can at the moment. I'm also watching this coming through into the final sector. And he's got 2 purples so far, but he is the first car on track. But all very neat and tidy. A bit wide there. It's in a bit wide on the exit there as well, but gets it tucked in nicely. Throttle down. And Rusty Oil Can will set our first meaningful lap of qualifying with a 1 at 18.4. He does have some people now coming behind to complete the lap. So I think we'll see him move down the leaderboard shortly. And that's Stubby, 1:17.6. So that's a bit more representative. And his teammate in the upper Haas, 1:17.2. So Haas 1 and 2 at the moment. Kieran, my man, 1:18.8. So he's got a little bit of time to find there.
So I got the charger again, and I'm joining back to a Haas 1-2.
Yeah, and well, yeah. So the only ones to get into the 17 so far. I think we'll see these times tumble quite quickly, especially with the Mercedes yet to come out. And I know Matt is very quick as well, or Ivlat as it appears in the left-hand side there.
Why I'm on the first division? That's not what I need. I'm looking at the standings, and it tells me Rusty Oil gets the extra point, but that's not, I think, the situation right now. But yeah, Glader is the one on pole now. I pronounce him Glader. I'm not sure if it's right, but I didn't get any complaints last week. So
yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll follow suit there.
He's a new driver. He joined in Austria, and he was quick there as well. Same for karting, to be fair. I mean, you have seen him in the Premier. He was racing with us.
Yeah, he looks a solid driver. And I'm just looking at the chat, actually. Beck has made a great point there. Steve-O did his 1:18.1 on the mediums. So that's very impressive that he's put himself in 4th. And you'll be very happy to see that. I know Colin in the chat will be happy about that too. If only he was in an Aston Martin.
Yeah. You need to... Who's the boss at Aston Martin?
Well, I'll have to get Lawrence on the phone pretty soon.
Yeah.
He's clearly investing a lot of time in Daddy's money.
Yeah.
No, in the actual F1. If you watch this, Lawrence, I didn't mean it. It's just a joke. Don't send any hitmen on me. As the championship expert, though, I got a question for you, though, Luke.
Yeah.
End of the race in, what will it be, about an hour's time. What's your top three?
Ooh.
It's a tough one.
I think, or I hope, Steve-O is up there, at least.
Yep.
And Kieran, I think. I don't want to jinx anything though, so that's why I'm quite picky
we'll
with my
wait for
choices.
Inorganic to come and jinx that.
And do we see two McLarens on the podium? Booty.
That would be nice to see. I think that's one for the heart. I think we did speak about it beforehand, didn't we? We mentioned about the Mercedes, that they are very, very quick, but they're actually having it seems like there's no number one driver. The gloves are off a little bit. They're really battling each other out on track. So hopefully we'll see a bit of that today as well.
And do we see it boil over? That's the question.
Well, maybe. I mean, it's a long championship this season. So Toto Wolff would be telling them, relax, calm down. But who knows? This is sim races. I tell myself every week I'm going to get a podium. I can't remember the last time I did.
Yeah, well, I have to beat my brother in the last few races of last season and this season. That hasn't been the case. So
yeah, Quinn's really getting quick.
This is more of his game. This is not my game. Last year was a great game.
Yeah, so we're waiting for 23, and then it's all up in the air again.
Yeah, before they changed the handling, I think in when was it, August or something? I was actually up there with Becker and stuff fighting for podiums. But then the new handling came, and then I dropped down massively.
Yeah, I had a very similar experience. I went through probably a couple of months where I could barely get through a lap without losing the back end. I think Wardy's just about to settle at 1:17.9. So Ferrari 7 and 8 so far, not a bit steady, but Steve-O is out on a soft now, so he's got a lot of time to find, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also about Wardy, I think he's been improving a lot. He has a quick teammate, Steve-O, but he's 5th in the championship, and I know the hard work he puts in, as from the Ferrari chat, of course, and it seems to be paying off lately.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to see him get a result, because I've seen him up there a few times, and he just seems to get a bit unlucky as well in those moments, or strategy doesn't quite play out for him.
Yeah.
So, a bit of luck. And
strategy part is what I noticed myself. I try to do the alternative strategy, and then every time I do, the safety car comes out for the regular strategy. So
yeah,
it's something most of us experience, unfortunately. But let's follow Steve-O then. It's a long straight.
Yeah, and I found this yesterday. I was worried about the second sector, so I was running more wing, but obviously you were just nowhere on that straight.
Yeah, because what's your top speed? What you're reaching? Did you know, or?
For me, just in general, it's usually around 25 miles an hour, I believe. And when I hit the wall, it's probably at about 2-3 miles an hour. I don't know what it was, but I was losing about a tenth and a half. So I was really nice through this sector.
Yeah.
But yeah, struggling through the rest. But Steve-O seems like he's really got this hooked up so far. He's 1.2 seconds up on his medium time so far.
This is a tricky section to find. This will be difficult with no line, because I struggle with the line even.
Yeah, and you've got to be careful on the curbs through there as well, I find.
Yeah. It's a tricky track.
Oh, it's a brilliant time. 1:16.6, half a second clear.
Yeah. Also 1.4 gain on the difference in tire, so...
Yeah, it's insane how quick he's going there. He's looking very, very good. I was going to say to you, because obviously, same with Championship to a degree, a bit more Prem, obviously there's literally no assists. Are you just finding that it's mistakes that happen lap to lap, or with the lack of assists, say the curbs and stuff are more dangerous? What are you finding is the hardest part?
Well, the only thing for me changed is the line, so I knew the racing itself, it's just confidence, because when you have the line, you know where to brake, you know what... It's not necessarily I use it to do the corners or something. It's just I know when to brake and when I do an attacking move or something, or defending. But without it, you need to be on your concentration every lap, and that's something I quite struggle with, because normally halfway through the race I start to think about, I don't know, what will I do after the race or something.
Yeah.
So normally with the line it does help you a bit with the mistakes, but now you missed one corner and you're just losing about a second. Also, fighting is... I try to avoid fights, just let people through if they're quicker than me, or don't bother too much, because you lose so much time when you have to go offline or something to make a move. It's such... Yeah, that's the only thing more difficult, but it starts to feel natural now, so...
That's good. And I think some people have been saying they're really quite enjoying the challenge, and it in a way has changed the racing. I just saw a very, very interesting line for Al. He has him.
I saw it as well.
I don't know if you saw that as well. Yeah. Now that looked quick through there, Luke. I don't know if that's any tips for you next tomorrow night, but that looked very quick. I thought it was legal.
Yeah, just make different lines. Misunderstood the wide lines and the track limits.
And I'm seeing a very, very frightening comment in the chat here. Colin saying, Steve-O's got plenty of time left in the tank. Well, he's half a second clear already, so if that's true...
Karting is closing in.
Carton, oh yeah, Carton. Sorry, missed that completely. Yeah, Carton's right there, but that's quite frightening for the others, isn't it, behind?
Yeah, because I don't know if they are on their maximum pace already, but if Steve-O's not going, you could say maximum, he would be far gone. Normally the Mercedes are up there in qualifying, but today they're a bit down.
I mean, one thing we do know, well, from certainly in Premier Division, the Mercedes tend to be very good off the line, so...
Yeah, they still have that, so...
Yeah, they still have a chance. And I think Jetfish is on a hot lap now.
Yep. So we follow him. He needs to gain about a second, I think, if Steve-O still has some time.
Yeah, let's see how he gets on through this first sector. It's a
Oh,
relatively short one.
We got a prediction from Inorganic.
Oh, so who's retiring today?
He says, my prediction, both Mercs and Steve-O, so...
So if you're watching this back, Steve-O, brilliant pace, but unlucky when he came to the race. And secondly, you guys in the Mercs.
So, but I had the same prediction as him. No Mercedes on the podium. So...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, basically, whatever Inorganic says,
It's
go
the
the opposite.
opposite,
You've got a very good chance of getting it right. I might start asking him the lottery numbers, but just so I can eliminate some.
After every championship race in the commentary, he tells me, "Do I wish you good luck or not?" I said you can do it. You can do it after the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Jetfish kind of joining the party at the front, but a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Don't know if he'll have time for another run. Probably not.
So I think Wardy's doing 2 warm-up laps. Rusty is improving. So Alfa Romeo on the, is it the back row you could say? P11 and
If this was
P12.
a reverse grid, they'd have a 1 and 2.
It sounds like Will Buxton now. If you qualify first, you have 19 drivers behind you. Rusty doesn't move up to P8.
Yeah, well, that's broken out instantly, and it's the McLarens now towards the back. They'll be hoping to find a bit more, but one thing's for sure, it is close throughout the field. Just the front three just managed to stretch their legs a little bit out in front.
Yeah, I think Kieran is on an out lap, I think. Yeah, Booty is the first one to cross the line. Only 2 minutes left on the clock. It's quite a short track, so...
Stebo and DZ karting are leaving it really, really late, but...
Oh, Booty invalidated.
And he's low on ERS as well, so he's not going to have enough of that for another run, or a meaningful run.
So I think we got no one really on the lap right now.
Kieran's just started a hot lap, and I think maybe Royzer Bircher ahead of him is also on a lap.
Royzer Bircher does have a big gap to the car in front. He seems to struggle a bit in the championship. But he does take the challenge, so we have to give respect to that.
Yeah, and one thing, I've raced against Royzer a lot, and he's a really, really clean, fair driver, and well held.
Yeah.
But he avoids a lot of incidents, Royzer, and he gets the points in. So sometimes you just need a bit of luck and you can get big points, so hopefully he'll have some luck today as well, and he gets nicely out of the way there. That's what I mean about him clean and fair.
Yep. So Owl's into the pit lane, so he won't improve. Let's see.
And yeah,
Kieran
invalidated.
Yeah. Is there time left? I keep getting yellow flags on my screen. What?
26 seconds left, I think, at the moment.
I think he is going for it again. Stebo is up on his time. Let's see. Ooh, 2 tenths up in the middle sector.
Yeah, and I believe karting is down at the moment through the first sector.
So the flag is out. Mercedes are done. Let's see Stebo. 16.3.
Yeah, and that's absolutely rapid. And yeah, I think karting hasn't improved enough to really take it to him so far. So that should be pole for the Ferrari.
So Matt has invalidated. Kieran is still going. Wardy's also going. I'm not sure if he's in. No, Wardy's. Oh, let's see Kieran then. He only needs about a tenth to move up a position ahead of his teammate.
I'm not biased at all, but come on, Kieran.
Ooh, slightly up, but no ERS left. Does have less fuel in the tank. To the line. Wow, no, he lost it in the last sector. Raceberg is not improving. Is Glader still?
Yeah, he's on a lap at the moment, but I know he's just invalidated in the last sector.
So that's qualifying then. Stebo in pole position. You predicted him doing well at the beginning, so...
I mean, I've got to give the credit to Colin. Colin told me he was looking quick. I don't know anything unless Colin feeds me it.
Back is saying Stebo for Premier. Do you want me out or? Because I don't think he will switch from Ferrari. At least he doesn't want to. Well, I can switch. I will drive the championship. I think I finally have a chance at good results.
Well, it's all in the balance here as well. Just looking at it, because looking at the all-gear constructors, Mercedes and Ferrari are doing battle at the top, and you've got a Ferrari at the front, a Mercedes not far behind, Mercedes in the mid-pack, and a Ferrari at the back. So all in the balance this race. That's another thing to watch out for.
Yeah, karting on the second place. We talked about him. He's quick and he's new. Jetfish in P3, but he might lead into turn 1 with traction control. Both Hasses then in P4 and P5. Quite good qualifying from them. Owls in P6. It's Matt in P7 in the Red Bull. It's Rusty ahead of both McLarens. So McLaren down in P9 and P10. Wardy's in P11 and then Ruzbitje down in P12. 3 seconds off the pole time. But still scoring points for Alfa Romeo. So Alfa Romeo is doing well in all gears championship. Better than Aston Martin.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been one of the main points getters for Aston Martin so far this season, which is not the person you want to be relying on.
Yeah. Who's your teammate in?
Goran, who I think finished
Oh, yeah.
second last season, so he's very quick, but he's had a few DNFs so far, but he had a better race last night. I think he finished 6th, so some good points for us.
Teammates announces on YouTube before telling the guys, no, I won't switch. Don't worry. We will keep
sense a little
defending.
bit of a little bit of trouble brewing at Ferrari.
Definitely not. We're the champions. We have to defend it. I mean, I can say I want to beat him, but I don't think I will get close. But we will see. The main point is
So
beat Mercedes, and that's Quinn. So.
Well, I'm expecting after Inorganic's prediction that into the first corner, 2 Mercedes will go into the Ferrari and there'll be a big pile up between the 3 of them out of the race. And someone else will win, knowing Inorganic's predictions.
We need to have you have the live standings as well?
Yeah, I've got them as well here.
Yeah, Glader isn't updated, so we have to count his points manually, but yeah, we will see.
Okay, yep. I'll get my pen and pencil ready with my paper.
It's quite easy to calculate now, so I think it should be 22 points, if my maths are correct. From P5.
This sounds bad as the person who looks after all the standings, but if it wasn't for the spreadsheet doing it, I wouldn't know what position
Everyone is
gave you
in.
what points.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you get 40 and then 35 and then 30 and then 26.
Yeah, I always look at the 40 and go, that's 40 points. That's going to be great. Can't wait for the end of tonight. It's like I end up in like 13th or something like that. What points do you get for this position?
Yeah, down from P4, I don't really know.
Yeah, it's and I'm noticing that Carton, Jetfish and Booty all opting for the mediums, everyone else on hards.
Oh,
so
I forgot to put that on. Just
a few different strategies in there, so those are the ones to watch.
yeah, a lot of on the hards. Got surprised actually. Because normally, I mean, you do see some people starting on the hards, but there are quite a lot of drivers on the hards.
Yeah, and I know, I don't want to spoil too much stuff, but I know I was told that the hards to mediums was a good strategy. I won't tell you who said. Don't want to give anyone too many tips for tomorrow. Because Becker, as my engineer, decided he doesn't do strategy. So.
Well, he doesn't need it too much, does he? 5 red lights in Mexico. And they are off.
Hey, let's go.
There it is. Oh yeah, there we go, Jetfish. Up to P1 already. I think so. They keep giving me weird cameras.
Yeah, and here comes his teammate as well. Al straight up there. And it's exactly what we said before.
It's almost it's a Mercedes 1-2 after one corner.
Oh, and a bit of contact with Steve-O as well there.
See, we're losing some positions.
Just needs to focus up now, Steve-O. It's a long race, same with Carton. And the Mercedes start quick once again.
See, good start from Booty up to P6.
Yeah, making those medium tyres work at the moment. And the thing I felt here last night, I don't know how much practice you've done, Luke, was
I've
in
done
the
0
early
laps,
stages.
so.
Oh, so this maybe help you out, but it could also be my driving skill. It's really a struggle for grip in the opening stages on the colder tyres, and I really struggled round here more than I did anywhere else for the first 4 or 5 laps. There's Booty having a look at Stubby now.
Yeah, I noticed karting overtaking Al, so the mediums are working quite well. Look at the gap Jetfish has. Maybe more focused on race with strategy and setup.
Yeah, and Booty got past Stubby, but Stubby now trying to come back, but he's got Matt right behind him as well, so nearly 3 wide here.
And Al is overtaking karting again, so it does look like Mercedes have more straight line speed.
Yeah, and obviously for Stebo and Al in 2nd and 4th there, they're playing the long game a little bit more here. Their strategy, if there's no safety cars, will
Matt
start to...
jumping over the curbs up the inside. I think he braked a bit too late, missed his braking point. But just strategy, different strategies at Mercedes as well. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's going to play a big factor around... well, we'll start to see, I think, the pit stops around lap 15, 16 for the medium runners.
Oh, Stubby's into the wall.
And that's Stubby.
I followed him.
Yeah, he's back moving again now.
He does have wing damage. So, just have a quick look at the weather. Of course, it will stay dry in Mexico. Oh, someone has lost it, I think. It's karting.
Yeah, it's karting,
oh,
yeah.
That's not the best thing to do.
Watch out. Oh. That was very fortunate that everyone missed him there. Oh, he's got to watch out. He's going into the pit, Stubby, so he's okay. Yeah, I was going to say, quite a good start for the McLaren boys so far. They're up there. Wardy also coming up 5 places into 6th position now.
Ahead of Kieran.
Yeah, I feel like we've got 2 different horses in this race.
The gaps are already really big for lap 3, so...
Yeah, absolutely, and Stebo actually starting to come back at Al a little bit now. But Booty is looking brilliant on these medium tyres. He's had a great start and he's actually chasing down the podium positions now.
Stebo's closing in really quickly now.
Yeah, and he seems to have got it settled back down a little bit after that tough early start.
But Jetfish is checking out at the front.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jetfish needs to do that on those mediums, build up that gap. But I think, to be fair, Al's got a very good exit off the final corner there. But if Stebo can get past, I think Stebo's got the pace to go with Jetfish here.
Yeah, especially since he's on the hard tire, so if he can keep up with Jetfish, and I think he will, as they are both closing in on Jetfish, he will have that medium advantage near the end and maybe challenge for the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a bit of a train actually forming behind Wardy as well as we speak. Rusty, Kieran right behind, looking very interested in this.
Yeah, fight for P6. Oh, Wardy going a bit off track. How's saying Rusty? Oh, someone has lost it. It's Matt.
Yeah, and he's lost it.
Oh, and has dropped him behind him.
Yeah, so as you can see, people are struggling with the grip out there a little bit, especially in that middle sector. And I think some of them have got a bit lucky there, to be honest, Luke, because usually if you go off there, a wall finds you pretty quickly.
Yeah, from what I know is if you lose it at that speed, you're just going off. And I mean, you do have a lot of runoff, but normally the angle you spin in, it's almost a guarantee into the wall.
Yeah, and Stebo's very close behind Al now.
see Backer said in chat that rejoin was insane, but it looked spectacular.
Oil on track.
Nice to see that you're enjoying that part, Backer. Nothing else about it, just the crazy rejoin.
So Becker said, "Come on, Matt," and then Matt spun. So we might have a new. As the inorganics prediction is correct currently. So oh, Booty taking a different line through there. Just deciding that the what is it, green part next to the track maybe have more grip. He saw people going off in the on the normal curbs. He thought, I'm not going to do that. I'll just take the outside line. But he's closing in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Stebo, he's much closer himself. He'll be looking to definitely get a move done here because otherwise Booty will be right on them.
From what I know is that Mercedes have medium traction control, and that helps them coming out of the corner, so they can choose, I think, lower wings because the medium traction control helps, and that's what I see on the straights, because even with DRS and ERS, Stebo's not getting past.
Yeah, and he might have to just be a bit more cute about it and try it in a different area of the track then. I'm also seeing Wardy's dropping back from that top four, so there is a big gap now behind Booty. And obviously the cars, I think Kieran's been overtaken by Rusty Oilcan, but the cars behind, they're in a bit of a different race at the moment.
Yeah, we got a fight for P5, I think, and a fight for the podium. Which is, considering we only have 12 drivers, that's not too bad. But
I'm also seeing your brother in chat saying, "Let's go Mercedes." I'm pretty sure that's not what you're wanting at all, Alec.
No, because currently in the live standings, Ferrari is 30 points behind Mercedes in the all gear, so we have to make up for it tomorrow. So let's see if Stebo can get past Al, helps us a bit.
Yeah, and Al just moving over, trying to break that toe. And yeah, you can just see they just absolutely fly away on the straights of Mercedes. I wonder if this carries on, if Stebo, because Jetfish has checked out completely, maybe he's just got to try and undercut Al, because they are on the same strategy.
I think he has more pace to do the undercut, as he's right up the back of Al, but Al's using a lot of ERS too, so...
Yeah, with Stebo about 30% more ERS at this point.
Still a long race.
Yeah, and anything can happen. We saw that in First Division last night.
And we do have a big train now behind Wally. 5 different constructors behind each other.
Yeah, Matt and Carton have really caught that one up quick. As Carton actually picked up a 3-second penalty there.
And we got Glader into the pits, switching to the mediums. Oh, Matt is going up the inside of Kieran here.
And Glader might actually get lapped here. He's coming out of the pits now. Jetfish just going past the pit lane. Just comes out ahead.
Good fighting between Kieran, Karting and Matt in the stadium section. The straight line speed merchants. It's not my turn, but it is what we call them. It's not the silver arrows, it's the straight line speed merchants.
Yeah, they are absolutely rapid, as DZ Karting making a move there on Kieran. Kieran dropping down to 9th. Oh, but Kieran coming straight back at him.
Oh, and Matt trying to do the same up ahead. This gives Wardy a bit of time to create a gap behind.
Now, has Jetfish had an issue?
Yeah, I think
even with the fighting behind him, he's dropped a second back to the guys behind.
Yeah, I tried to I noticed it as well. Maybe he missed his braking point to turn. Oh, and Al does miss his braking point in the stadium section.
And he's going to be under serious pressure now. But again, I imagine halfway down the straight we'll just see that rocket ship kick into overgear.
He's gained 3 tenths coming out of that corner.
Yeah, and even in with the DRS open here, Steve-O is just not gaining at all. Gains a 10th.
So, if he does get past and hours within his DRS, there's no point to defend because they will just fly past on the straight. But he's coming out and now he's up the inside.
Oh! Oh!
Whoa!
And
Bunny
Al
up.
spun him round.
Ooh.
And Booty collects all the pieces and goes straight into second. And Steve-O only just back on track. Oh, and I don't know if he's got a bit of damage there.
He's struggling.
Yeah, he got hit again after by Al. I think I know why Jetfish dropped back. He was actually overtaking Lost Glader, who has.
Oh, he's lost it again. So the jinx start to kick in from inorganic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a feeling we might see that incident in the steward's room after the race.
Yeah, well, I'm the chief steward, so.
So you're going to be busy all night then.
Yeah, we had a very well clean first 2 rounds, as we had no reports in the first 2 rounds. But now, no damage to Steve-O's car. Just maybe losing it on the traction. Yellow flag. That's an Haas of Stubby.
I see that Glassy's very happy that Booty's up in second in chat, and he's also saying fight and win, sounding like an American sports fan.
Matt up the inside of Rusty Oil Can. The body's now up to P4.
Yeah, karting's also made a good recovery up to 5th now.
Yep. Up around the outside. Ooh, good move. As I think Owl's overtaken Booty.
Yeah, he has. And for the podium guys, all they need to do now is keep it clean. They've got such a gap to the guys behind.
Now Jetfish can almost make a free pit stop to and still be ahead of Bordy.
Yeah.
Kieran is still hanging on to Rusty. He does have more ERS. There's a lot of fights going on. Battle for P2, battle for P4 as karting moves up to P4.
Yeah, and Carton, who was looking very quick after having a early spin, now starting to get back into the groove.
I mean, he does have the pace. I think if we do get a safety car, he will be in contention for at least the podium, I think. The midfield is looking spicy. That's what Becca says, and it is true.
I think it would be nice to see a safety car here, wouldn't it, really? Just to tighten that field up.
It would be nice, though, to see it not affect, like, maybe a lot of strategies.
Yeah. Obviously, that's what Steve-O will be hoping for after having that incident with Al earlier on. He's now down in 9th and 3 seconds off 8th at the moment, so he's got his work cut out to get points. Well, to get good points, I should say.
Mercedes still with the 1-2, just like they had last race and the race before. So they're looking a bit like Red Bull in real life. Just claiming 1-2s everywhere.
Yeah, it's looking a bit more straightforward for Jetfish this week. He had a bit of a battle with Al last week. And with the incident happening behind him, he's got 8 seconds now.
And they are still in the championship fight, so any point he can take on his teammate is helping him getting closer to the title. Yeah, I mean, he got an RPM title in the first season, which he absolutely dominated because I finished second in that one. Quite a shock actually. Finished second in the championship. 160 points behind Jetfish in the mid gear.
I always say it, the master of racecraft. And Stubby is out, so we might have a safety car. And where's he lost that?
In the pit lane. That's unfortunate.
So I wonder if Stubby maybe had some rear wing damage or something, because usually you wouldn't retire, would you? Because you get points all the way down to 15.
Yeah, I don't see any rear wing damage popping up on his on the damage feed, so he might have just decided to give up. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
I reckon he might have been thinking, I really want to hear the commentary. I'll box now, retire, and I can tune in. Nice to have you here, Stubby, if you're listening. I'm sure you are now.
He does join. Oh, what is happening here? Oh, karting lost his front wing. And
yeah, Kieran gets all out of shape as well behind him.
Yeah, I don't know how he lost it, and it starts to. It happened on the straight, I think. Might have been Glader a lap down, because he's. Where is he? Did he disappear? Oh no, that's Stubby's car. Oh, it might have been Stubby's car.
Yeah, and I think it must have been, yeah, because Glader is actually right behind Jetfish and keeping up with Jetfish at the moment, so way up the road.
So karting might have collided with the retired car of Stubby. Oh, and Rusty between karting and Kieran. Oh, and he's missed his braking point now. Got 4 cars in the mix. Kieran's looking feisty.
All over the back of it. We'll see karting pull off into the pit lane just here. And I think Steve-O will be looking at this and going, thank God I can't see a Petronas sign or an Ineos sign on the rear wing. I stand a chance here.
Oh, 3 wide.
3 wide. And Kieran and Steve-O doing battle. Kieran goes in deep.
Oh, missed the corner. That's dropped. Oh, and 3 seconds.
Oh, and picks up, yeah, for good measure. When it rains, it pours.
It does. He was up, almost up to P6, and then 2 seconds later you're down in P8 again.
Yeah, absolutely. And we now got the Ferraris running in well, Noah's Ark order, I should say. 5th and 6th.
Yeah, we got a Noah's Ark at the front as well, and at the back.
Yeah, Matt's kind of gone about it quietly, hasn't he? Up to 4th, avoided some of these incidents. He's a bit adrift, obviously, with being stuck behind some of the incidents, but good race so far from him. And Wardy close in behind him, though, is having a brilliant race of 6 places so far.
Yeah, he's still in P3.
And I imagine for Jetfish and Booty, we are now in their pit window. So in the next few laps, I reckon we should see them coming in.
Yeah, I can have a look at the tyre wear of Jetfish. So his left rear is at 62%, so they're getting nearly dangerous tyre wear zones. It is tricky though in the middle sector with high tyre wear.
Yeah, we've seen a few spinners there already, so they're going to have to be really careful on the throttle through there and on the curbs.
We follow him, he might go in now. Well, Matt picking up a time penalty. No, Jetfish continues on. Is Booty going in? Booty seems to be struggling on traction.
Yeah, he's staying out for now though, by the looks of it.
Yeah, another lap.
And Al just took half a second out of Jetfish in that final sector, so I think we're really starting to see the crossover now on the tyres.
Yep. So the tyre wear is colored red now on the damage model, you could say.
And also Matt took a second out of Booty on that last lap, so Jetfish and Booty won't be wanting to wait too long, because otherwise the hard runs are going to eat into their time advantages.
Yeah, and is it smart for Booty maybe to try to go in a lap earlier to close a bit of the gap? I mean, it's still about 13 seconds to Jetfish, but the hards seem to be working better at this stage.
Yeah, and Carton just picking up a fastest lap. Obviously he's had to pit, but he is on the hard tyres. He's got his work cut out to get back into this race.
Some drivers do need a safety car at this moment. Jetfish is in.
Yep. And obviously Al will continue on. I'll have a look what Booty's doing behind. And Booty also coming in the pits for some fresh hard tyres.
I think the Jetfish might stay ahead of Matt. I think he will. Jetfish will be on cold tyres. Well, it does have a big gap.
Booty will be coming out into a bit of traffic though. Rusty Oil Can just going past him and Kieran, so not the best outlap for him there. He would have liked some free air if he could have.
Oh, Kieran now making some moves. Up the inside of Rusty again. Don't miss your braking point. So outside. These angles are not helping. Still good defending from Rusty.
Yeah, Rusty's been defending really well so far today. Just putting his car in the right place. Because he's been, every time I think I've seen Rusty so far, he's been under massive pressure. And he's dealing with it well so far.
I think if Al still has pace on those hard tires, he could, yeah, maybe keep the gap at like between 12 and 13 seconds, and then on the mediums, we'll be looking forward to see how much he can close in, make it exciting
again.
Yeah,
he'll start to reel him in. Yeah, I think the mediums have a massive advantage towards the end of the race, and he'll be pitting, I imagine, around lap 20, lap 21. But Steve-O also, he got past Wardy, so he's now back up in the top 4, but he has got to pit, so he will fall back away from the Mercedes, and Matt has to pit as well, doesn't he? So
yeah,
they're in a bit of a different race.
Matt has a penalty, so if he can keep within it, and it seems like Steve-O has more pace, so if he can follow Matt and don't pick up a penalty himself, that will give him a position. But Jetfish is closing in a lot now.
Yeah, so Jetfish has got those tyres fired up now, and it's going to be hard for anyone to really take this race away from him after having that huge gap.
It seems like a controlled race. Taking the lead before turn 1. And has not been challenged so far.
You know, if I was driving here, I'd be calling out for a safety car. You know, I like to play the safety car here. I'd just try and bunch the field up.
Yeah, I had that in Premier, I think, last season. You had an incident in the beginning of the race, and you're down in like P17 or so, praying for a safety car. But every time it worked, so maybe if we do it again, we might see a safety car. The thing is, we are only with 11 drivers, so there's a lower risk of a safety car.
Yeah, and I mean, if there was a safety car to happen now, obviously Al, Matt, Steve are going to massively benefit from that, and that would hurt Jeffish's race a lot. But like you say, I just can't see it happening with 11 cars out there.
No, yeah. we see Booty getting past Rusty and Kieran. Rusty and Kieran might come together, but if you come together, it doesn't mean you're gonna get a safety car. So someone needs to lose it on track. I'm quite surprised because I think yesterday we had like 2 or 3 safety cars, or even more.
Yeah, there was quite a few.
And we haven't seen one yet. You never know. I mean, can come out at any point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it will require some closer battles on track. Stebo now actually very, very close behind Matt for the final podium spot. I still think Booty's in control of that destiny. Down in 6th at the moment, but he has made his pit stop.
Yeah, Booty is very strong, but I don't want to jinx him because every time I do say he's been doing well. Oh, Jetfish 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, he should still have that covered off, but that
a late safety
I like
car.
seeing that. Yeah, that could change everything.
Well, Al closing in on the mediums. He just needs 3 seconds less now. But he's also lost about 4 seconds after the pit stop, so. And he's in.
Yeah, and they all come out, I imagine, about, what, 10 or so seconds behind? Maybe a bit more.
I think about 13, 14 maybe.
And Matt's also pitting, so the hard runners now going in. Stebo also.
Oh, double stack of
Wardy,
Ferrari.
Yeah, let's see how good your mechanics are, Luke.
Well, normally the second driver has to wait for a bit. As Ferrari, yeah. They take their time. Oh, Kieran spinning into the pit lane.
Yeah, not ideal for Kieran. He won't be able to get that removed at this stop, so he'll be serving that as a time penalty at the end.
Oh, Glader into the wall. Will it bring out the safety car? No, it won't. Otherwise, Rusty was in a good position.
Yeah, it would have been. And yeah, he's just lost an end plate there, Glader. So he's got to be careful, especially with those tyres.
So I was about 12 seconds behind Jetfish, and he needs to be within 3 seconds of him and not pick up a penalty himself. So 9 seconds in 15 laps. It is possible, but
Well, he's got the better tyres at the moment. But I think I'd prefer to be in Jetfish's situation right now.
Yep.
Not that I'll ever be in Jetfish's situation. I'll probably be more in the situation Stubby's in.
yeah. I would have loved to be in Jetfish's position, but I won 2 races, and 2 times it was very stressful. So don't think
Yeah,
that will
as
happen.
Rusty now pitting
yeah.
as well.
Where will he
I
end
think-
up compared to Kieran? That's the question.
Well, Kieran's just coming around the final corner now. It's going to be very, very tight.
Oh, there he is.
And Kieran's going to have it.
Yep. So the undercut working. Kieran does
think
have
the
a
next-
penalty.
The next battle I expect to see on track, well, Wardy is quite close with karting, but I reckon Stebo and Matt are going to do battle at some point soon.
Yeah, Steve was closing in before the pit stop. But this is for. I think Matt has closed in a lot on Booty, to be fair. It's only 7 seconds now. I think it was like 12 seconds before the pit stops.
Yeah, those fresh mediums really working a wonder at the moment. Al taking a fastest lap for good measure as well, trying to steal some points away from Jetfish at least.
Yeah, and he's closed the gap down to 10.8 already. Back is saying, are you saying you want to drive for Mercedes? No, I don't want to drive for Mercedes. We have the same situation in Premier, but then it's a Ferrari, so I know in which team I'm in. I don't want to switch.
Loyal till the end.
Yeah. And
I'm
if I do
switching every
switch,
season at the moment.
I've been loyal to Ferrari for about 5 seasons now, so we have a great team.
I would say I'm switching every season because I'm hot property, but I think the truth of it is I'm being made a free agent after every season.
Yeah.
Getting the sack. And Steve-O very, very close to Matt now. He's took about a second out of him in the last lap.
There's a slow Haas, I think. Not far in front of Matt. So I don't know what Clader's pace is, but Matt might get DRS to defend on the straight.
Yeah, I think he'll almost certainly get DRS from this.
Let's see. No, Matt doesn't have DRS, but Steve-O does have DRS. Now, will this be much more easy to close in than to the Mercedes? It does seem like it. Oh, Wardy now 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, and the time penalties are actually going to play a bit of a part here. Well, especially if the gaps close up. I mean, Kieran's got 8 seconds. He's got Rusty in behind him 3 seconds. That's 1 position lost at least. If Rusty can get a move on, get close to Cartin and Wardy, they've both got some significant penalties.
Yeah, I think Cartin has 6, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly right.
So penalties are starting to come in.
And Ali's closing up on Jetfish.
Yeah, he needs about 6 seconds now in 12 laps, so that's half a second per lap, and I think that's doable. Oh, yellow! It's karting. Oh no, that rejoin, watch out.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised the amount of people that have gone off here. Oh,
another crazy rejoin. I think that will be reported.
Yeah, and Kieran through, and thankfully unscathed. And Rusty actually was closing on Kieran massively through that lap. So Rusty's got some serious pace on these mediums.
He will jump up ahead of Kieran and karting currently, as he's on no penalties.
And even though Steve-O and Matt are currently having a bit of a scrap for 4th place, they are massively catching Booty at the moment.
Yeah, he's up ahead there, and you see a red flashing light, so he doesn't have any ERS left.
No, and these boys have got a lot to spare at the moment.
Booty or Steve-O doesn't need to rush too much with Matt, but he does need to get a move on if he wants to get Booty for the podium. But we do have to remember that Al had that incident with Steve-O, so he might get penalized for that.
Yeah, that's very true. That could cancel out any gains he makes.
Oh, now the Haas is really in the way. Moved out of the way though. Oh, Rusty now 3-second time penalty.
And we did have a yellow flag from home, but I guess that was the slower moving car.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, we could see a fight between Booty, Matt and Steve-O for the podium. Imagine if that causes a safety car laid on.
Yeah. And it could still change everything. Cartin as well, close behind Kieran, and Rusty catching both of them at the moment.
Yeah, karting is getting close now. Karting on the hard tire still. Bridge hasn't got in yet, or has he?
I think he pitted really early, so he's just trying to take the hards to the end. I think he pitted on lap 2.
Ah, yeah. Oh, here comes Steve-O.
Oh yeah.
Now passed.
Great move. I'm just looking at that gap out front as well, and Al's charge has come to a pretty abrupt halt at the moment. Jetfish seems to have got it all in order.
Yep. plateaued at 8 seconds, I think. Oh, karting and Kieran.
Yeah,
Don't know if
Rusty's getting very close to DRS behind Kieran now as well.
Yeah, he's within a second, but the DRS detection point is in the stadium section, so he was outside of the DRS there. We do have a lot of, well, action in the chat. "100 comments."
Yeah, I see Huss saying Stebo deserves a podium. I'd have to agree with that, to be fair. Got very unlucky with that incident with Al.
I had Booty on the podium. I don't think he will hold on, but it was quite close.
Yeah, I think Stebo seems to have the pace, but he's going to have to settle for third if it stays as it is with safety cars here. I do see, can I say, more action in chat. But I also saw that Glassy was saying that there's 100 comments, but at least 50 of them are backer.
He is very involved tonight. Is it because of you, or?
After his last few DNFs, he did quote say to me in Entity, I finished about 7th every race. I'm always in the top 7. I'm sorry for this backer, because I know he's listening. And then he
I've seen that
DNF'd the
as
next
well.
two. So,
Yeah.
so Entity's been taking a mick out of him, saying, "Oh, are you always in the top 7?"
To be fair, if he does finish, he's in the top 7. So I guess there's some.
Yeah,
you could say it's accurate, but.
And to be fair, I imagine we won't. Just to get something back on Entity there, we won't see many spins in Premier Division tomorrow because he's not driving.
Oh, Stebo is passed.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Around the outside, and Booty just not quite having the pace at the moment, and Matt, I think, will be looking to get that move done, but Matt needs to then drop him by 3 seconds to keep hold of that 4th place if he gets past him.
Yeah, Glader.
It's lost Glader now, 21 seconds of penalties. I like the number 21 this week in RPM, but I think he'll be liking that a lot less.
Yeah, well, he's 27 seconds behind Rosebridge, so even if he didn't have the penalties, he wouldn't gain any position from it. Still points though, P11.
Yeah, absolutely. They all matter come the end of the season.
Oh, yellow. That is Rosebridge.
Yeah, and Kieran and Rusty Oilcan doing battle.
Back here is attending. Ooh. Attending. Oh,
So-
Booty. That's not ideal because
I'd like to hear an inorganic prediction of if Bakker will DNF or actually finish in the top 7. Very nice.
how many drivers do we have currently? Do you know that? Can you?
For Premier Division,
Yeah.
I think, is it a full grid tomorrow?
Okay, interesting.
I think it usually is, isn't it?
Well, there's a high chance of a full pitch, yeah.
Oh no, because we've got the spinner isn't here, and his actual teammate. There's no Williams tomorrow, I don't think, but there are
No
reserves,
Williams?
so they could come. No.
Oh, Giraffe can't take me out again then in Mexico. No, it's a joke. He did hit me, but I forgive him. He's a nice guy, Giraffe.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice guys in the league, to be fair.
Yeah. Rusty now again fighting with Kieran. They seem to be fighting a lot this race.
Yeah, they'll be sick of the sight of each other by the end of this race.
Yeah.
I think they've pretty much done about 25 of the 30 laps within a second of each other.
And no contact so far. Oh,
Yeah,
Glader
nice
again.
clean racing. And they are just side by side through all of these corners. And Glader now,
How much do you need to be disqualified?
well, he's coming into the pits now, so I wonder if he's going to retire before that can happen. No, sorry, that's Royce that's in the pits. I don't know, but he's definitely up there for the record of penalties in a race. I think Cosmo potentially holds that with about 27 or something like that.
Do you know someone who has been disqualified before? Because I can't remember.
I remember. I mean, I've seen a disqualification this season. There was a Red Bull in Premier Division who decided to park it on a curb and never move. I don't know who that could be.
No clue. Well, there's a 50% chance, but I don't think it's the other 50 you think of, so... Kieran again up the inside now. Ooh, yeah, they almost slow down for each other, so let each other pass.
I've got to say, Rusty Oilcan and Kieran giving us some entertainment whilst all the gaps have increased elsewhere. Lost Glader is actually up to 10th now, but his 24 seconds of penalties is going to leave him, what's that, 18 seconds adrift of Royce Bircher by the end. So he needs to find about 18 seconds in the last 4 laps to keep 10th place. Sinful's saying, can you show the penalties for them?
Yeah, I showed him, so I hope if that's enough.
Perfect.
I saw her saying something, I'm not sure what he said. I can do it, Luke, if you want. I don't know what I said. So, I suggest you can do it, I'm not sure what it is, but...
Is it maybe hitting you round doing the giraffe? I don't.
Sure. I think that's what it's about.
It could be. I mean, my memory. I've got the memory of a goldfish, to be honest.
Yeah, I forget what I say every time one of them comes. So because the comments normally are a bit behind because they have to react to what you're saying. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think most of them are reacting to what Beck is saying this evening.
Oh, you can take me out. No, please not. Let's watch out.
Do remember, I am the chief steward for Premier Division, so if you guys make contact tomorrow...
Well, I might
have...
You've seen what happened in Turn 1. I don't want to say too much, but... to Turn 1 Austria in the main race. No, it's just... It's unfortunate. There's always chaos into Turn 1 within Australia. Austria.
Oh, and Australia, I think, as well, to be fair. Turn 1 in general is...
I think tomorrow will be exciting.
Well, yeah, because as well, here you've got quite a lot of... you get quite a bit of a draft up to the first corner if you're sitting in behind. And someone's
karting again.
DZ karting. Let's hope he's got that rejoin all in order. They're far enough back that it doesn't matter. Well, actually, Kieran is now within 1 second of DZ Karting, and he's got 8 seconds of penalty, Kieran, but DZ Karting's got 9 seconds, so he'll move up a place to be demoted by Rusty.
But they're now fighting. Ooh.
Yeah, and here they go again.
And now he's outside of the second again. Rusty trying to sabotage Kieran here, maybe.
Well, Rusty will be getting both of those places as it stands, so he'll be moving himself up to a nice 7th place.
Yep.
If he can keep within that gap to karting. It's been a good race for Wardy tonight. Been a bit
I was just about to say
race.
that. I wanted to switch to him, but he's going about his business, and it's P6, so not too bad.
Made up some positions, actually 5 positions, so he's the big gainer today.
They're trying to make a plan to take me out tomorrow. Now I wouldn't be surprised if it does actually happen.
Yeah, I see Glassy's trying to accept payments for this. I'll put my bank details in there. I can close my eyes as chief steward if you want to give me £20.
I will give you 25 if I take out if I take out someone.
We've got a bidding war going on now.
The highest.
That's not what you want to be hearing from a chief steward, is it? Pure corruption.
Well, I'm a chief steward as well, so we're paying each other.
I think we'll be getting relieved of our duties pretty soon. P45 be coming through. But I think, well, ours actually got to within 4 seconds of Jetfish whilst we've been distracted, so he has caught him. He needs to find a second in the next 2 laps, but I have a feeling that will be going away in the steward's room anyway.
Well, I'm a steward with the Williams boys, so from Premier Division, and I think there is a chance that there will be a penalty. Is all I'm saying right now, from what I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely, and unfortunately for Steve-O, he's been left adrift, but he has managed to drop Matt, and he will be getting a very much deserved podium in the end.
Yeah.
He'll be thinking if it could have been more. To be honest, the thing I have to keep turning back to is the Kieran and Rusty battle.
Yeah, they're going at it again.
On. And you have to say they are the entertainers tonight.
And now he's passed, but Kieran has more ERS for the final lap, so we might see another switch. But Al is now 3.3 behind on track. Final lap.
He could potentially win it on track here due to Jetfish's penalty.
And yeah, that's a good point Becker's making. Inorganic predicted it actually right. The 1-2 for Mercedes with Steve-O on the podium, so something's changes. Weird is happening right now.
Inorganic, maybe we've done a switch. Inorganic's on Premier Division tomorrow night, so maybe after probably about 20 races I've seen of him in the comments with absolutely awful predictions, it looks like finally we're on to a winner.
Yeah.
You know what they say, never give up.
Those they say big gamblers stop before the big prize or something.
Yeah.
Most of the gamblers, you have to keep going.
Yeah, he's stuck in there. And we've got a yellow flag, that is Glader, I believe.
Yeah.
And Al now 2.9 behind. He will take it on track if he can keep it together.
Oh, so McLaren is round. It's Booty.
And Booty, he should have. Yeah, he's got the time in his pocket, to be fair, at the moment.
And
so
Jetfish wins.
Jetfish wins, but then
Al wins it on track.
Absolutely, and then Steve-O will be next across the line.
The question is, will he hold it after the stewards?
Well, that is the big question. I'm sure we'll see a report coming in. And Steve-O, much deserved podium, as Matt and Booty will come round next. They're all going to be quite a distance away from each other. There'll be 2 drivers that cross the line at a very similar time, though.
And that's Rusty and Kieran again.
Yeah. I think they just enjoyed the company tonight. Everyone else has been driving by themselves pretty much the whole race, and these guys just don't want to leave each other.
Wardy P6, good result. Oh,
Rusty's going to get 7th place here.
Yeah, because karting picked up a lot of penalties, and Rusty up to P7, and that is race done. So in the championship, well, currently the gap is 6 points, but that will change, I think. But Al did get the fastest lap, so he will keep the 2 points for that. So very close in the championship for Mercedes. Again, maximum points though, because I don't think Al will get a 20-second time penalty or so. So another 1-2 for Mercedes.
Yeah, and they're looking really dominant in the championship division so far this season.
It's not been the close fighting we've seen in Austria and in Spa, but well, it was getting closer and closer. I think if Al didn't have that contact, we might have seen a fight for the lead.
But not a bad result from Ferrari there for the All Gears as well. Stebo managing to get it back up to third. Wardy having a really, really solid race. Very well raced from him tonight. And obviously Matt as well. Made it because he was in the wall at one point, I think, as well, early doors. So
I think twice he has been off there twice. But let's see then the final. Oh yeah, Al fastest lap. Jetfish in P2. We skip to the back a bit as karting just stayed ahead of Kieran then. In P8, Kieran in P9. Razorbeach in P10 ahead of both Haas drivers in P11 and P12. In the All Gears though, or it looks like McLaren has made a big... Yeah, it's now updated, so I've lost it. But I think McLaren is making a jump on Red Bull. So it's only 3 points between them. Tomorrow will be interesting. We do have Andrew and Becker in the Red Bull. And Klasi and Hixie in the McLaren. But yeah. Another 1-2 for Mercedes after starting P6 and P3. So it just shows that they can start anywhere and get their way to the front.
Yeah, and it was a tremendous start again, wasn't it? Absolutely flying through.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is when they get ahead, even if you've got DRS, as we saw from Stebo, it's so difficult to get back past them.
Yeah, I think that's the most difficult one for other drivers, because normally I think if you have had a shorter turn 1 and you would have stayed ahead, I think you would have stayed ahead, like get them outside of the DRS maybe, but this is such a long straight, so don't know if there's anyone for interviews. I know the Mercedes boys don't do interviews, and Stebo I'm not sure.
I mean, we could try if you want.
We can ask it. I will ask Stebo now. Let's see if the Mercedes boys... Yeah, I can't go into the championship chat, so...
Just inviting them here, just to see if they will join. So what are your predictions for your race tomorrow, Luke?
I've put in the, let's see, the, what is it? Press room. What my predictions were again. Another top 8 is what I predicted, so yeah, I'm not sure if I will achieve that, but I do hope I can get a top 8. You're not on comms tomorrow, right?
No, I'm not on comms tomorrow, so I will tune in on the chat just to see how you're getting on.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, before this race, I said to Kieran last night, actually, I said, I'll know who Inorganics predicted, because when I tune into the race, I'll see DNS exactly who they are. But after today, I just don't know anymore. Anything can happen. I might see like a flying pig go past my window or something. If Inorganics got it right.
But he did predict a lot of things. He says Alpha 1-2 tomorrow, so...
Yeah, so he's saying Mr. Jones, top 3 Tuesday now, kiss of death. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I don't even know. I honestly lost for words that Inorganics finally got it right. But I don't think we're getting podium interviews tonight.
Yeah,
Luke.
I'm having a quick look at Stebo because he's saying pretty heated at the moment. But yeah, I would join. So I'm not sure if he's joining or he's on his way.
Oh, okay then.
We can give him, I don't know, a minute or so, just to have a few, well, a bit of time. Oh, it says he can't join, so I'm not sure if that's the settings. Can you like invite or only add them? Oh, I can add him again. I've done it again. I hope it works now. Well, I need to switch back to this one. Otherwise we get that nice PlayStation loading screen.
There we go, we've got him. Good evening, Steve-O.
Just waiting for the microphone.
Not the most efficient podium interview so far, really.
So I think it's the first time, so we have to get used to it.
Maybe this is
Can
why
you guys hear me?
is not
Oh, yeah.
Big bugs there. Oh, there we go.
I can hear you.
Perfect, now I can hear you too.
So Jones, I give it to you this.
How's it going, Steve-O? Interesting race for you. What happened with the contact? We saw it. What's your take?
My take, I think Al was so fast on the straight, so I waited some laps for him to burn his ERS, and yeah, then saw my chance at the second ERS zone. I think at the end of it, when I got the inside, I wanted to leave him space on the outside. Maybe I touched the curb on the inside, causing my car to move a little bit more right than I wanted to. Yeah. Unfortunate, but I think it was my corner, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we
That's
can
a bit
always report it
frustration.
to the stewards, so...
Yeah, and pole position though as well, that'll be some extra points.
Yeah.
And you seem to have really good pace there. Are you a fan of Mexico as a track then?
I hate this track. This is my least favorite. And I swear, until last week, I didn't even touch it in time trial. So, but I put the practice in, also with some Ferrari guys, and yeah, got used to it pretty quick. Yeah, my struggle is always the race start, as I'm using no traction. I'm always losing some positions.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the end, it still was fun, but yeah, unfortunate.
Maybe not what you wanted then. Did you think you have the pace to keep up with the Mercedes, or were they a bit faster at the end of the race?
I didn't even watch the times so much, as I knew I can't catch them anymore unless a safety car comes out. So I just wanted to keep it clean. I think I don't had a time penalty, so this was my main goal after the incident. And yeah, but I think I was faster than Al when his ERS ran out, and don't had a fight with Jetfish, so don't know about that.
Well, still a podium for Ferrari, and I'm a Ferrari driver, so yeah, that's happy to see, and well done to you.
Yeah, thank you. We'll watch the race tomorrow and cheer for you guys.
Well, Jones wishes
thanks,
he would race
Congrats.
tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I'll be watching it from a pub. I'll be asking them if they can put it on for the pub, I think.
If you do that, that's the moment I crash out, and extra
beer in my hand.
Hopefully the day is dry, because when this track is wet, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I tested it in practice. Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have anything left to say, Jones.
Not really. Good luck for tomorrow, Luke, and congratulations, Steve-O. Great race today.
Thanks.
And
Thanks.
you deserved that podium. I think all of chat agreed on that. And yeah, thanks for having me, Luke.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoyed it. Back to the roots, you could say.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
So thank you for joining us. So that's it then. Championship Division Round 4 over in Mexico. We will be back tomorrow in the Premier Division, as said multiple times tonight. I don't know which race is the next one. I have to have a quick look. Or do you know, and does anyone know?
So Singapore will be next week, I believe.
Oh, yeah, Singapore, alright.
So street circuit, I think, is that our first street circuit of the season?
Well, if you consider Australia as a street circuit, then no, but... I mean, it's a street circuit, but do we count it as a street circuit? That's a difficult thing. At least it is
up for debate.
Yeah, it's at least well, you could say usual street circuit. So we will be back in Singapore, and well, for now, Stibo, I wish you good luck already, and I hope you will all be back next week to join me on comms again. And I think from all of us, I want to wish you all a good night and yeah, goodbye.